hi, I'm Kelly. We're going to do a yin practice focusing on our root chakra. So we're going to start in an easy seat, so you can come onto your mat, come into a nice easy seat. Sit up nice and tall and just close over your eyes. And we'll start to find our breath. So a few things I want to explain about the root chakra and also yin. So yin is a very slow moving practice. We focus on holding for longer periods of time, focusing on compression and stressing the joints and ligaments and getting a little more deeper past the muscles into our bodies. So when you come into the poses, make sure you're coming into them nice and slow and stop when you start to feel that stress in your body. You can always go deeper at the longer we hold, but we want to try to stay where we're at and if not go deeper when we're in the pose. Of course, if you feel pain, please come out of the pose or make adjustments to your body to make sure you're not experiencing that pain because we don't want that pain. Good. So again, sit up nice and tall. So focusing on your breath, take a nice breath in through your nose and a nice breath out. So our root chakra is located at the base of our spine. It often is associated with grounding and feeling centered and stable. So when your life is very chaotic, grounding practice can really kind of help with that chaos, even if it's mental chaos or if it's just physical chaos or just the overall chaos of life. Finding a nice grounding practice can help you kind of recenter and refocus and just bring some calmness to your body when you're experiencing that chaos. So take one more nice deep breath in through your nose and a nice breath out. Good. And then we're going to come to standing, coming into a dangle pose. So we're going to come with our feet hips width apart. Stand up nice and tall to start. And then we're going to hinge at our hips, bring our sit bones back, keeping a nice flat back to start. Find a nice bend to your knees and then allow your chest just to kind of fall forward, allowing the crown of the head to hang down. Arms can be where you're most comfortable. Fingertips may be down onto your mat or you can grab onto your elbows. Feel free if you have a block or something that can bring the floor up a little higher toward you. If you're kind of somewhere in between and you need that little more support for your hands to go on, always feel free to grab something. Allow your neck to relax. So we're going to kind of let that head hang nice and heavy and find a really nice bend to your knees. Throughout this yin practice tonight, I'm going to give you mantras to say to yourself throughout just to keep your mind busy and also kind of bring back that focus of groundingness. So your first mantra in this pose, I am centered and grounded. So feel free to repeat that to yourself. Oh, excuse me. I am centered and grounded. And you can continue to repeat it to yourself over and over again, or maybe once. It's always up to you what you feel is best for you. So we'll hold here and focusing on that breath, maybe coming back to that mantra. Committing to where you landed, where you stayed. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice breath out. Good. Slowly release your hands if you had a hold of your elbows. Make your way to a halfway lift. So bend those knees even more. Bring your chest a little more parallel to the ground and bring your gaze a little forward. And just hold here for a moment. Just to kind of avoid any head rush. Allow your body to adjust nice and slowly. And then when you're ready, slowly rise tall and come to standing. Good. Our next posture is going to be a yogi squat. So we're going to bring our feet a little wider than our hips. Toes are going to point outward. Again, nice and tall, that nice tall posture. And then we're going to bring our hips down. So yogi squat can come into different heights. So you can come here with your forearms on your thighs. Maybe you come here with your fingertips down. You always can sit on a block or something a little higher. Otherwise, you can bring your hips all the way down. Again, maybe hands stay onto the ground, or you can bring your hands to prayer and kind of push into those knees to open up those hips. Again, if that feels okay for you, we'll be here for a little while, not too long, but again, make sure you can kind of hold this position for quite a while. And if you can't, just kind of come up, maybe do a different level, and then maybe come a little deeper as you hold, as your body starts to release and relax. Feel free at any time to close over your eyes. Say your mantra or phrase, I am safe. I am safe. Keep with that rhythm of your breath. If your mind is wandering, come back to that phrase, I am safe. Take a few more rounds of breath. And then if your hands are in prayer, gently bring them down. You can lift your sit bones up just a little higher. And then make your way to tabletop. So we'll come onto the mat, onto all fours. Feel free to just pause here and notice any sensations in your legs, kind of the rebone of that pose. Maybe there's some sensations in your back, or even your wrists if you had your hands into prayer. And take a couple rounds of breath. And then if you feel the need, you can move around that knee, kind of circle the knee out to the side and lengthen out your leg. You can do it to the other side as well. Good. Just bring a little bit of movement to those hips. Feel free to add on a little cat and cow. Just to move around again that spine. Good. And then come back into that tabletop. Making our way to lizard or dragon, we're gonna bring that left foot forward, bring it a little wider than your chest. Hands can come down and we're gonna shift those hips forward. Feel free to walk your hands wherever is best for you. You can stand those tall arms. If you have a block or again something to place your hands on to lift your chest a little higher, feel free to add that on. Also, if this back right knee doesn't feel quite right when it's landed, feel free to tuck those right toes, maybe lift up your knee and like reset it back down and see if that's okay. Otherwise, a blanket underneath that back knee can help provide that extra cushion. Good. Again, find that stress in the hips as you bring those hips forward. And then hold. Your phrase, I trust more and fear less. I trust more and fear less. Allow those hips to soften with each exhale. For the last few moments, feel free to stay where you're at. If you want to add on a little twist, we're going to bring that left hand to the left knee and push that left knee out to the side, lifting up the inside of that left foot. Draw your left shoulder back, kind of open up that chest toward that left side. Good. Good, slowly bring that left knee down, left hand comes down, gently and slowly shift your hips back, and then make your way back to tabletop. So sweep that left leg back around. Good. Feel free to kind of sway those hips a little side to side. Bring some movement, or if stillness feels good and you like to just stay still, that's fine as well. Feel free to lift up your wrists and roll out your wrists if you are on those tall arms. Take anything else you need, and when you're ready, we'll make our way to the other side. So we'll bring that right foot forward, again, bring it a little wider than your ribs or than your chest. Setting that right foot down, let's walk our hands forward as we slowly shift those hips. Again, stop when you start to feel it in those hip flexors. That back knee needs to lift. Feel free to tuck the left toes, lift up that knee, maybe shift it back slightly, and then untuck those toes. Again, blanket underneath the knee can help provide that cushion. Again, allow those hips to shift forward, the tall arms. Again, feel free to grab a block or anything to bring the floor up to you if you'd like to be a little higher. And then your phrase, I am a physical being and value my physical body. I am a physical being and I value my physical body. If your legs feel tense and tight, see if you can soften them. They feel like they're holding you back. Try to let them release. Again, feel free to stay here if you'd like to add on that twist. Right hand comes onto that right knee. Gently draw that right knee out to the side as you lift the inside of that right foot. And then find that twist in your shoulders. So draw the right shoulder back as you open up your chest toward that right side. Take a few more breaths. And then slowly make your way out. Bring that right foot down, right hand comes down, and then gently shift those hips back. Good. Taking your time. When you're ready, make your way back to tabletop. Again, feel free to pause, just kind of notice sensations. When you're ready to add movement, again, you can sway your hips, maybe circle the knees out to the side, lengthen the legs. Feel free to do a few cat and cows, again, to move around that spine. You can roll out each wrist a couple times. And then we'll come into child's pose. So bring the knees nice and wide. And start to feel that little stress in those inner thighs, just by bringing those knees wide. Bring your toes to come to touch. And walk your hands out just about a handprint or so. Start to shift your hips back as you walk your hands back, allowing those hips to come down into those heels. Forehead can come resting down onto your mat. Feel free to have a pillow, maybe lifting up your head, or a blanket, again, lifting up your head if you'd like to be a little higher, or even underneath your hips, between your hips and your heels. You need a little more cushion there. Feel free to grab a blanket or pillow, and then settle into this pose. Allow your chest to soften down. Allow your head to rest. Your phrase, I release any doubts and fears. I release any doubts and fears. Take a couple more rounds of breath. And with each exhale, let your chest fall a little more down toward your mat. Then you can slowly start to lift your chest and walk your hands back. You can bring one knee at a time underneath you. And then make your way to tabletop. And we'll come onto our back. So come into a Shavasana pose. So allow your legs to go long. You can lay it all the way back. Arms can fall along your side. Get nice and comfortable in that Shavasana position. Whatever best for you. Feel free to, if you'd rather lay on your belly and maybe just have your cheek on the ground, you can do that as well. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And a nice breath out. I'm going to leave you with one more phrase that I think is very important for us to all remember. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. So the color that's often associated with the root chakra is red. So in your Shavasana today, the root chakra is located at the base of your spine. So you can imagine a ball of red light at that base of your spine. On each inhale, that light gets brighter. Brighter and brighter and brighter till it fills your whole body with this bright fire engine red. Let's take some time into your Shavasana. Stay with your breath and allow your body to feel grounded. Feel free to stay longer in your Shavasana if you'd like. If you're ready to make your way out, start to deepen your breath. And gently start to bring some movement to your body, or maybe simple awareness. When you're ready, you can bend your knees and bring them into your chest. And gently roll onto one side. Slowly press yourself up to an easy seat, keeping your eyes heavy. We'll place both hands onto our heart. Deep breath in through your nose. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Inside, all out. Let it go. From my heart to yours, namaste.